this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Magenta. And Magenta writes to tell us that members of her family have expressed horror at the idea of her being cremated because they consider it to be a, quote, heathen custom, end quote. And Magenta has understood that ancient pagan peoples commonly cremated their dead, and that burial displaced cremation with the rise of Christianity. And she would like to know why it was that ancient pagan peoples preferred cremation. And she ends by saying she wishes she could simply be mummified. And in answer to this, the first thing that I would say is that as the Roman Empire became Christian, burial did tend to replace cremation, which had been the dominant form of dealing with the dead previously. However, that is not to say it had always been or only been, and many different ancient pagan peoples practiced different customs in regard to how they dealt with the dead. People like the Greeks and Romans did commonly practice cremation, but other people, such as the Egyptians, did not, and they practiced burial. The Celts practiced burial, the Scythians practiced burial, many others. And one of the reasons we know as much about them as we do is in part because of the tombs they left behind and the many artifacts that are in them. And a very famous example of this are the Pansaric mummies out of Russia, who were preserved in the permafrost. And even their tattoos are visible. And this is because they were buried, not cremated. So there are many ancient pagan peoples who did bury their dead, there were many who cremated their dead, and there were also other practices as well, such as sky burial, where the body is exposed to the elements and to scavengers such as vultures. So the idea that there is a simple division between pagans cremating and Christians burying is not quite accurate. However, in the Roman Empire, at the height of the empire, cremation certainly was, in many parts of the empire, the preferred form for dealing with the dead, and it was displaced by burial basically by the rise of Christianity and the idea of physical resurrection. However, once again, it isn't because cremation was the only form of burial that had been practiced, but because under the Roman Empire it had been the dominant form. Now, as to why those people who practiced cremation chose cremation, I think in many cases it had to do with space and lack of available places to bury their dead owing to population density and other factors. Now, as to the question of mummification, in fact, there are people again offering the service of mummification, so if you really want to be mummified, you can. Although I understand it's very expensive, as you might expect, considering how involved the process is and how few people are actually doing it. So those would be my thoughts on that subject. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from witchschool.com. Are you looking for the best in pagan and magical education? With more than 12,000 pages, witchschool.com is like having your own personal library with individual learning assistants to help you study. And Witchschool's Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere education system is available any place on Earth, anywhere you are and anytime you want it, as long as you have an internet connection. Witchschool's lifetime memberships are a great value. They really do last a lifetime. They've been there for years and they'll be there for years to come. So get your membership today at witchschool.com.
Hello, this is Lady Crystal. I am here with you today to offer today's prayer for peace. I invite you to join me as I do this and to add your energies to this prayer. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability. I pray for this nation where I live, and I pray for the world. May peace, true peace, positive peace, reign everywhere. I thank you.